RollerCoaster.
We talked a little bit about that already,
Okay,
but yeah, I need to stream. Of course, I need to stream, man. Obviously. Holy.
okay, yeah.
I'm so bad at this game that's called life. All right. First of all, it's Leshrac versus Pagna, right? Do we like that or don't we like that?
I was actually thinking that in terms of like last hitting and stuff like that, the Puck might have an advantage because he's got more attack damage.
That's true.
Yeah. So I didn't really like that about the matchup.
What's the downside though? Okay, Pac does have a lot of damage, but his animation is like okay. I think Leshrac has better animation. But what's the downside of Pac? You know, he has a lot of damage, but why Leshrac is a little bit better? Even like pre-level 6, because level 6, Leshrac just shrunks him down, as we said before. Why is Pac, let's say, like Pac is a pretty hyped hero, but in the lane he's quite weak, one might say. Let's click on the Pac. Do you see that?
Okay.
He has no armor. This hero has no armor, all right? That's why you see a lot of Ember Spirits win against Pac. That's why you see a lot of right-clicky heroes running down Pac. So here's a problem with Pac and what happened. So a little bit of feedback. So they got this phase shift attack, which nowadays no one really skills it. And then they just kept this talent instead of removing it because it was so good at that point, and they nerfed every other aspect of the hero. They nerfed the coil, which is like 80 seconds cooldown. They nerfed the damage again, you know, the wearing glyph, so he can't really clear waves if he needs to be level 15 or get some arcane trinket. And they nerfed the armor. He had like 0 armor, if I can recall. Probably he got armor due to the stats, right? So that's the downside with the Pac. He has no armor. His laning stage is not as strong as people might think, right? He's annoying, but definitely not that strong, at least in the lane, all right? So I like that you don't commit on the rune. It's something I definitely suggest on the mid lane players. Now, that's something I have said in like many times this week in the coaching sessions. So you go here, you start with a sentry, all right? And the ward, you stand here. If the tower doesn't attack you, you place an observer here, and then you can just go, and you still stand here, right? And if you get attacked, they place an observer somewhere, all right? So that's a little bit of a trick, right?
Yep.
Perfect. Now you're trying to block. Perfect. You're really good at that. You're way better than me. I'm so bad at that. And now you go for pre-skilling, right? I don't like pre-skilling generally, right? I don't like pre-skilling. I know that you like split earth is good, but generally, believe it or not, I find a little bit better to attack with a lightning storm, right? I feel like it's a little bit better, right? Your block skills is insane. Holy cow. Right, that's good. All right, what I'm suggesting is definitely the first creep wave you want to pull, right? You want to push, so you can deny and pressure the Pac under the tower, right? But if the creep wave is in literally such a good position where you have the uphill and he does the downhill, right? Then you know, of course, you're gonna Q to secure the range creep. But other than that, you don't want to pull the creeps back, right? Because you can just, you know, it's because you just go under tower, and then you are the one trying to last it under the tower, and you're the one trying to you're the one might get harassed under tower, and it's so hard when you have like 50 damage as a mid laner to do anything, especially when you're ranged where you don't have this quelling blade. So what I would suggest is you want to pull creeps back, A, when you want to play safe, and B, you want to pull creeps back when you don't want to 50-50 the creep because the enemy has more damage. So if you play versus Void Spirit right now, where he doesn't have the uphill miss because he's melee, right? Then it makes sense to pull the creeps back. But with Pac, for all I know, you can just harass him right now. You can just attack him because you have the high ground,
Okay.
right?
And if all 3 creeps start attacking me, should I just keep attacking the puck? Because I'm still taking a lot of damage, and if he starts attacking me, I mean, he has still more
for example,
damage, right?
here, you can just attack him. Okay, let me go a little bit back. You attack. You can just attack him, and then you go over here and you attack him this way. Over here and you attack him this way because you're under tower, more armor, more regen, right?
Okay.
You can't go wrong with that.
Okay.
Right. All right. So far, nothing to say. Perfect. Right. All right. For example, here a little bit of recommendation. So what I would do is like right-click this creep fast, and what I usually do when I play mid nowadays, if I have something that can kill creep waves fast, that can clear generally anything fast, storms, Leshracs, maybe pucks, but I need a little bit more levels, something like Pagnas, maybe Death Prophet. You just go and you just stack this camp and you just take the bounty and you just come back, right? So you have this gold resource. Because as a hero, you farm faster than Puck. Puck farms fast when he's level 9, 10, etc. But what I would suggest is to go stack this one and then go for the rune. Right?
Okay. Would you stack it? Would you sacrifice the creep wave equilibrium to stack it?
Okay, the mid lane equilibrium is just... Here's where I understand what you're saying. Here's what would be the problem. So, assuming you do that, and the creep wave is here, and if Puck is smart, what would he do? He would keep the creep wave here all the time. Then you have a lot of problem, because he would just deny everything while you go stack and take that and go back, and the creep wave is still here. But if you notice, assuming that, what does Puck do? He just doesn't try to pull the creep back, right? Because most mid laners, in a bad way, they are a little bit pepegs, right? So they don't care about the future. They're like, all right, let's take what we can right now and we'll deal with that later. So they will constantly push the wave, right? They will constantly push the wave. So therefore, you don't get punished. You will get punished if the creep wave is here and it stays there forever, right? So, in a perfect world, you would get punished, but nobody plays perfect. That's all.
Okay, sure.
The same thing applies for that as well. You can just go stack, well, not if you're under tower, go stack, and then go for the bounty.
Okay.
Right, you're going for the hood. A casual hood, I don't mind. Alright, you're doing that thing we said before, but, without the stack. Alright. You're going for level 3 Edict. Alright. Generally, I like level 2 Edict, because I feel like I usually want to pressure a little bit more with one of the spells. So I might go level 2 Splitter if I have a Philly, or level 2 Lightning Storm if I have some kind of range, like a Queen of Pain or something.
Okay.
That's a little bit greedy what you're doing here, but that's fine. All right, that's what I'm saying. That's your go time. That's really beautiful. We said that previously. That's your go time. You just keep running, man. You just run him down, man. It's just insane how stupidly good Leshrac is, right? All right, that's good. That's good. I mean, you died, but whatever. Here's my thought process, right? If you're so far ahead, right? So far ahead. You go hood, but once you go hood, you're kind of forced to, in this mindset to become big, right? Rather than, I feel like when I want to become big with items, what I want from my team is to have clockworks and to have trend protectors and to have either people that are gonna assist me to like force powers and I'm alive, right? So I feel like to show you what I mean, where is it? I think that was it. Not that. Let's give me a moment. I think I had one more Undying game. Oh fuck. Maybe. Oh, Trent. There it is. So, do you see that Leshrac game, for example? He has Trent support, he has Wyvern support, and the Dawnbreaker offlane, and he was just standing into the tower, and we just, rolled at them, literally. So I either want this type of heroes, and if I don't have that, what do I want? Clockwork as a post 4, something that will
Goes in before me.
yeah, something that will justify the lack of heals. Or I would have Sand King, for example, right? And on top of that, most likely, I do not have Yule's target. So I have, I don't. If I play versus Void Spirit, I'm gonna go Yule's. But if I play versus, I don't know, Dragonite, maybe I don't need Yule's. Sur is still good, right? But I can understand why you want to become big, because he can't really hide from you. So you rotate top, which is like fine. For me, it's a little bit prematurely, because if you're so far ahead, right? What you can do is like, you know that better. Go stand there, and this tower is gone. Stand there, use Edict, it's level 4, and it's gone. Then you can go top. And it's like, so easy to do that, right? I mean, so easy, it's just, you're so far ahead that you can do that. Let's see net worth-wise.
Yeah.
Right.
Usually I would like to go to mid, but this time I thought like I had a free TP and like no one's showing at mid yet, so I thought I maybe could get a kill on the low health Ricky, but I guess that didn't turn out that well. Yeah.
It's not bad. Like ideally, it's just not bad, right? It's not bad.
Okay.
All right. Oh, you're doing the same thing. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Perfect. All right, that's good. You got mid tier 1. You got top tier 1. This is best game ever. I can't even type.
Yeah.
Find me a game plan. What do you do? Where do you go? Who wins late game? Who doesn't win late game?
This was. Yeah, so I really thought that my Luna would be able to win late game. But I knew that I had to pressure either the Ricky or the Puck. And the only way I'm going to kill the Puck was with the Lion. And since I skipped use, again, I needed the Lion. So this was the time when I just kept asking him to follow me. And like, he kind of didn't. So I ended up sitting in the Radiant jungle for a really long time. Like, seeing that 4 dire heroes rotated to bottom and wanted to kill our tower. But I don't know. I think, I really don't know what I'm supposed to do.
All right. You kind of said what you want to do, right? But as you said previously, Lion was kind of griefing you with and not coming with you. But you said you want to pressure the Puck and the Ricky, right? So let me ask you: is any of these heroes going to farm Triangle?
No.
No, these heroes don't farm it, right? Perfect. So if you have to guess, where would these heroes farm?
The enemy jungle.
Can you
The same
define,
jungle.
like top or bot?
Oh.
Come again? Excuse me. Like, are they going to farm here, or are they gonna farm here?
They're going to farm where the Puck is. Yeah.
All right, perfect. Top side, perfect. So if you wanna choke them, where would you be?
Probably there.
Probably there, probably top, right? So here's what you do. Since you have an offlane Huskar, which like, let's call it creative, all right? You can play the position 3 role, which is gonna create space. So you can be here. If any of your supports are there, they are welcome, and you might as well, enhance, you might as well encourage them to be there. So what I would do is go top and stand there forever. Now, since you have the tier 1 farm, this area, since the tier 1 is gone, is the safe laner. But it's so early into the game that, for all I know, you can farm it as well, because bot, the laning stage is still up, right? So you can just farm here until you have your core item, right? Now, what would be a really good next item when you're so far ahead? What do you think?
Travel.
Come again?
Boots of travel.
Boots of travel would have been good, right? You're so far ahead. You can it would be great, man. What else? Yules is still also an option.
I actually opted for the Shroud because I saw that their team were mainly magic damage until the Ricky got Diffusal Blade or something. So I really just wanted to start running at them with the Shroud. Yeah.
All right, I understand that, but ideally, think about it. If you just run at them, who can you kill?
Yeah.
Most likely, no one right now.
No one alone.
Perfect. So you maybe
Okay.
the point is to become big. So you're in front of tower and they can't kill you because, frankly, they don't really have a lot of damage. Mirana, Abba Post 3, and Grimstroke, they're annoying, but they don't have a lot of damage, number-wise. Ricky with Diffusal can be a problem, and even Puck needs to have items to be, effective, right? He needs items. And since you won mid so, let's say, hard, he doesn't have enough time. So them killing you, even though Coil is great versus Leshrac, because Leshrac is quite mobile and Coil actually counters that. So, if you get Coil, you die, but you can just get Boots of Travel and just, outrun them in the map, constantly pushing waves until you're strong. So you make an investment in the future, right? And you make an investment in the future and... and you invest on the Boots of Travel, right? When you're so far ahead, right, you can go for it.
Okay.
Man, this game seems so promising, so promising. But here's my only let's say counter argument. You take literally this is the safest farm as long as this tier 1 is up.
Yeah.
As long as this tier 1 is up, this is the safest farm, right? You take way too many farms. Look at this. This is cute. This is cute. This is beautiful. Go get your Boots of Travel, push them, maybe even force them, because even if you farm this, it's safe. But if you farm this is the aggressive. So for all I know, you can just get the Observer, get Boots of Travel, place one here, or something that's going to give you an indicator that, hey, they are coming. And just stay there forever, cutting the top wave. Again and again and again and again. Okay. Right? This Kaya is not going to help you, believe it or not. Maybe Sans and Kaya is going to help you, but usually Sans and Kaya is not... You play like a post 1 Leshrac, but it would be great if you actually have initiations. If you don't have initiation, you kind of have to initiate yourself. So in order to initiate, you have two ways. Either get the Yules, like for the Leshrac variation, either get the Yules, or just become so freaking big with Boots of Travel, Sans and Kaya, and then, I don't know, Shivas, that you just run straight after them, right? Then you're really tanky.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does. At this point, the only reason why I went for Kaya was because I saw that my lion didn't want to come with me, so I decided to just farm. But I should have been farming top lane. Yeah.
Yeah, because what Pax does right now, you say, okay, I can't kill Pac, but you can get Pac at 200 HP and tell him, get the fuck out of here, go to base, to region. He kind of comes back a lot if you think he just... Look at it. Mm-hmm. For someone that got destroyed in the lane, for someone that he was level 5 and you were level 7, he has more XP than you. Just remember, when you play, and this applies to anything in Dota, lane creeps worth way more than jungle creep, alright? There you go. Yep. So you might take stacks, and actually I'm gonna be honest, efficiently wise, you are doing perfect. You're doing perfect, man. But it doesn't matter how good you're doing. This, for example, this creep wave just apply nothing right now. It means nothing. If someone sees your CS, you're like, dude, this guy is insane. But it's not quality CS, right? You're farming way too safe, and you don't make something happen in the map. That means your advantage got, kind of slightly fades away, right? So what I'm saying is, you have one of those babies here. Good item, especially in the ancient bracket and in divine bracket they play. Good item. Pick it up. Who do you want to play with you?
Okay.
Like, who do you want to kill? We said that. It's you want to kill Puck or Ricky. Where are they going to farm? Not triangle. Tier 1 is still up. Where is it? Tier 1 is still up. So you know that most likely they're gonna be here. Alright. My Husker is here, so this is the area that's actually left. So they're gonna be there. Buy the item. Get your Lion with you. If he doesn't want to come, what do? Smoke on top of him. If he doesn't come with you as well, you're fucked. I mean, there's nothing else you can do, honestly.
Okay.
Honestly, you can just say, Bratan, por favor, or whatever you have there in Southeast Asia. I don't know, you have like 15 languages here. But that's the best thing you can do. Best thing you can do. There's also another way. With the Butch of Travel, you can apply pressure on the tier 2. Drag the attention top, right? Drag the attention. If they react, you create space. If they don't react, because you're Leshrac, right? If they don't react, you just take the tier 2. What do you want in order to do that? That's a solo play. That's what you're supposed to, if you want to solo win the game. But you can't just, go and hit that, because for all know, Puck can just tip it there, coil you, and coil has 5-6 seconds duration. The rest of the thing is gonna tip you and you're just dying. Get like a word here, get it here, get it here, get it somewhere, But this is what is going to make a difference. This farming this forever is not. And like in the beginning of the call, you kind of told me, I did that wrong. And these are the alternative zone, right? You need to be on the map and make a difference. The concept of pushing waves. I want to be the guy that's saying just push waves. No, if you just push this way, no one cares. If you push these waves, this is like the aggressive A. This is the aggressive, right? You see someone TPs. What does this mean for us? The triangle is empty. You can just penetrate here with your team, right? Any questions you have generally?
So would you say that if I'm the strongest in the game and I'm farming like the safe jungle, is that like always wrong, or is there any situation that is correct?
Depends on. You need to define jungle. What areas? You need to like be a little bit more specific.
As in like the safe parts of my map. So for example, like the T2 camps and stuff like that.
All right. If you farm the safe jungle, what's your safe laner going to farm?
Nothing really.
Oh, fuck him, Who needs farm?
Yeah.
So here's.
Yeah.
Understand what they're saying, and here's like a good explanation, right? If your Luna is here, and she's justified being there, that's the safest farm. Obviously, you're not gonna farm here. That's like borderline griefing.
Yeah.
If you wanna farm here, and you farm it at this minute at 14 and 15, 16, whatever, then you're griefing. If you farm it at 14 and 45, you're not griefing because it's gonna respawn. Right?
Yeah.
If you farm it at 0.5, you're griefing. All right. This is what the Pepex offlaners do. I don't know if this trend in SEA on the ancient level has been there with the I'm picking Axe offlane and I'm building Vanguard dagger and then I'm going Manta style shard to carry the game. And you're literally just farming triangle all game. Well, these guys deserve to go low priority, honestly. Now, if you're farming these waves, which like the safe farm, right? This one and a little bit here, then you're obviously not making enough gold for a hero like Leshrac, right?
Okay.
So, and Husker is also in a weird way in a good position, maybe a little bit overexposed here, because if this is a safe lane, this is the really hard because that's the safe lane for the enemies. So in a way, he's creating space, right? But like a little bit too much. Right?
Okay.
A little bit too much. So going back. And that's why you like the mid laners in these paths don't really have a lot of space, right? They don't really have a lot of space. And you see, your Lion plays with you, you know. Perfect.
Yeah.
Right. All right. All right. Every time, every time you have a fight, it kind of tells you what you want to have for the next fight, right? It's an indicator of what you need,
Yeah.
right? What is what does this fight tell you right now? Well, it tells you to be in a good position, but what more than that? What item do you need?
Well, I kind of perceived it as like I was taking a lot of magical damage, and then I should get Shroud.
That's good. That's good. I mean,
Yeah.
since you kind of commit to that, that kind of makes sense. But here's like, let's see that again, right? Let's see that again. Now it's a little bit unfortunate that he got hit by the arrow, but if you had time to press a shroud, would it make a difference? No, it wouldn't, right? So maybe you need to tank up a little bit more, and then get the shroud. So maybe you, because generally here's why I'm a little bit against shroud as first item, even like when I see Sumail doing that, even though he's a core. Do you see the recipe? It's a lot of
Yeah,
lot
it
of
costs a lot.
recipe. Yeah, like for all I know, just buy that and don't go for the recipe, right? Even though you kind of lose the effect, but hood, like since you have a lot of magical damage to receive, hood is just fine for that. Get the chance if you wanna like approach a game this way. Get the chance first, you know, to have this less stats resistance versus the coil and the silences and all this BS that they have, and then go for whatever you feel like, right? Now, to clear things up, if you had travel here, would it help you?
If I had travels, no.
No. But if you had travels in the first place, you wouldn't be here, right? You would never approach a tier 2. You would just trying to take advantage of all 3 lanes, right? Because you would get travels, and then you would get the chance, and then the chance in Kaya, and then you would get your Eternal Shroud, and then you would be ready to go for a tier 2, right?
Yeah.
Food for thought,
Okay.
right? Now, what's your next objective right now? What do you think? As a team, what would be your next objectives?
I was honestly just thinking about just killing the tier 2 properly and then just securing their jungle until the next Roshan.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Perfect. Now, tier 2 top is not that important if you have good amount of vision and a good Roshan lineup to pick up Roshan fast. And you kind of have a good Roshan lineup because you have Huskar. Luna is not bad with that Lunar Blessing, and Leshrac is also fine. Not great, it's Edict is some damage, right? So, most importantly, you do have a lot of vision there, man. You have a lot of vision. Like, what more than that, right? So, we are not really care about the tier 2 because, you know, yeah, sure, I mean, taking the outpost is good because they can't really go there. But the important thing is Roshan. So keep an eye on Roshan. What does this mean? Let's go a step behind. What does this mean? The top lane needs to be pushed. That's perfect. You're doing that. But most importantly, you need all to be top. So, Bratan, por favor, top. You know, I don't know how you call that in SEA. Go top. Everybody speaks this language. Go top, right?
Yeah.
Who is the only hero that you should be scared of right now?
The Puck.
Who can kill you?
The
Ricky, right? Puck cannot kill you. Puck needs more items than that.
Yeah.
But Rick can kill you. So when you're asking yourself, right? I usually tell that to carry players as well, but it's important to understand that, you know, when can I get away with pushing more grid waves, right? And let's say you have a Juggernaut and they have a Patch. Can a Juggernaut can always spin TP away, right? and the lifestealer the same, so they can get as great as they want. But what if they play versus something that goes through BKB, like a Pudge, right? When
Then
can
you'll
you?
have to be scared of them.
Perfect.
If they're missing on the map, they'll go.
So the moment you see Ricky mid, you're like, all right, that's cool. I can get away with that. I can push the next wave, you know?
Right. Yeah, like at this point, I was just spam asking the lion to come and kill the park. Probably, maybe I should have just farmed out the wave.
Yeah, because look at that. Pac, for me, is playing out of his freaking mind right now. Look at that. You see? He says, all right, who is the only hero that can kill me? Well, no one, unless his lion has a blink or something, right? No one. And then look at what he's doing. Holy cow. He's, I'm pushing another wave. Let's see that again. I'm pushing another wave. This is a type of mindset. This is where Pac becomes strong and you become less strong, right? But, you know, just because it's a Pac and he can get away with that. But what if you can do that as well? I think like you're just, you know, you need to pay a little bit more attention on the map, what's this type of things, and clear them in your mind. You know, like who can kill me right now? If the answer is everyone, like if you think from a post one perspective, do you ever see freaking Lunas and Medusas pushing waves? No, it's usually through the Manta style. But you see Juggernauts and Lifestealers doing that all the time. Have you ever seen a Draw Ranger pushing the offlane after this point? No freaking way. If Draw is caught, she's freaking done, you know? So you need to clear things up, you know, who kills me, who am I actually feared of? And if Pac was 10k more net worth than you, so he's like at 17k, yeah, you should be scared of him, right? If he has like freaking Desolator and other stuff, you know. That's good. What are they doing? All right, that was a little bit optimistic for them. All right, take the outpost. Perfect. Perfect. I feel like for someone that you know could have like for all I know you could have more net worth, and when you pick like I don't want to be the guy that says you know last hit better, oh yeah, have more net worth. No, but you could be way more efficient, which would result in more net worth. But what does this mean for us? If you were playing from behind, just like Pac actually did a great job comebacking. So what could you have done better is don't bother with low quality creeps when there are higher quality, risk-free farm that no one on your team contests, right? So you got prepared for this moment, but for all I know, you can have this boots of travel, and them chasing you like results in less net worth for your opponents as well because you're just running lanes down all the time. So they have to put a lot of effort and resources, and you kind of tilt the shit out of them. All right. So since you're so far ahead, play the greedy game as long as they can punish you. So going for the travel and then for this itemization would be great if you're from ahead, but if you are from behind, your items makes a lot of sense. So you're playing from behind in terms of items and thought process and mindset, but you were actually started with being so far ahead. Why did you do that, right? Don't try to deal with future problems until they're actually knocking your door. It's like getting first item BKB or something because at some point Pac is gonna have blink. No, doesn't work like that, right? Don't over preactive things, right? While it's good as a mindset, you know, if you see a Medusa getting a what's called Eagle Song, start building your NKB, but don't buy MKB before you see a little bit of commitment from your opponents because I see that in my games a lot of times because then you're like, fuck that, I'm gonna get AC, you know? If I see that the enemy's going for mind kicking bar. That's good. By the way, all right, Leshrac art, really strong. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Perfect. Perfect. Let me see your jungle items a little bit. All right. Sure. Sure. All right, what would be your next item right now? There are only 2 items, in my opinion, right now. 2 items.
Okay. Yeah, I knew that I was dying to Ricky's physical damage, so I just wanted to get a Shiva's Guard.
That's the one of them. I like it. I like it. But if you're like, if that's a justification that you want to give, then Ghost Scepter just is fine. Like you don't need Shivas. You can just get a Ghost Scepter.
But Ricky could silence me as well as Puck, right?
Yeah. Say that again.
I wouldn't be able to use my scepter, right?
Say the whole sentence. Probably you either lagged or I don't understand. Let's try again.
Oh, okay. Like I didn't want to go scepter because
not scepter.
because they had a lot of silences.
Not Ags. Ghost Scepter.
Oh. Ghost Scepter. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If Ricky kills you, just Ghost Scepter.
Okay.
Right. If that, even though I like Shivas a lot, but the reason is like if you Shivas them, even it reduces their mobility a lot. And heroes like Grimstroke and the Abaddon, who also kind of heals, and there's a reduction as well. They're actually having a hard time, right? What's the second item? That's also really good.
Probably just straight BKB.
BKB
feels like an overreaction.
Wouldn't have been bad, but you are already having too many defensive items. So if you're going for Eternal Shroud and then Kai and Change and then BKB, you might as well pick another hero. Don't go for Leshrac if you're gonna build all these items. The other item is, what's a problem right now? What is the problem that you guys have as a team? What's like? Yeah, like, can you just kill them? Can you just go and kill them?
Not really. Like, we don't have that good engagement.
All right. So,
but we can run at the attack.
Right. All right. So, you either get the Shivas because it's in pretty much same mindset. You either go for the Shivas and you try to become tanky so you can just stand in front of the tower and just take it, right? Or you go for a Hex because I know that they have an Abaddon to remove it, but they also Abaddon, has to remove Gale and he has to remove Hex from Lion and stance, and he can't like this. He has 6 seconds cooldown or something on his shield, right? He can be all over the place, but all you need is one moment to kill the Puck and to kill the Reiki because you're actually quite squishy. So usually this is what Leshracs do when they see Puck. You're like, fuck that. If we can cut them, second item Hex. Like, already just go Boots of Travel, Sans and Kaya Hex. Right? And they just... Okay. It's like one moment, one Hex, and you just overload with damage with Diabolic Edict and Pulse Nova, and you just kill him, right? Keep that in mind. Both ways are acceptable, right? But I feel like I tend a little bit towards a Hex just because you have so many, so huge mana issues right now. You just don't have a lot of mana. Okay. All right. All right, sure, I guess that's fine. I just don't like you being in that safe areas. That's all. That's just. I would prefer you being with your team a little bit. That's all. A little bit with your team.
Okay.
Smoke. I like that. I like that you go triangle because it's a little bit it's like straightforward, right? It's straightforward because you were just top lane. Yeah. They were not there. Top lane is no one. We see the mid and no one is bot reacting to your Luna pushing in the last 1 minute.
Yeah.
That's good. And most importantly, why is this play good? Because I feel like this game is quite solid. You're actually all playing quite solid. Why is it so good? Because at this point, all you need is one pickoff. It doesn't even have to be a priority pickoff. Stupid pickoff, like the post 5, to make something happen. Because with your advantage, it's so easy to go high ground. But going high ground, it's like when I'm playing from behind, what do I ask? I'm like, God, please, can't they just go high ground so they'll just throw? 9 out of 10 times, people throw on high ground, including myself. Maybe it's because it's hard. Maybe it's because, I don't know, overcommitting. maybe players are delusional. They always throw on high ground, but in a 4v5 situation, it's so much easier to go.
Yep.
Can you just stun? Hello, Lion.
Yeah, and I accidentally ate the cheese as
Okay.
well, so.
Can you just run at them? Hello, please. Can you just run at them? All right. A little bit bad, but let me help you a little bit here.
Okay.
Because Leshrac is one of the hardest hero in Dota, and here's why. The line between I'm going in and I kill them all, and I go in and I'm dead, is so thin. Like, the same thing happens to me when I play Razor all the time. I go in, I'm trying to sack, and suddenly PA just two-shot me. I'm like, what the fuck? The same thing. So, you approach the fight like you're, I don't know, freaking Agna or something, right? And you're just trying to have the maximum amount of range. Just run at them. Look at them. Run at them. And you don't die. There is no way you die. You build all these items. Even these 2 seconds, this is what I call the in-between situation, where you don't commit instantly, and you don't, and you don't go back. So you're like staying, thinking about it. In the meantime, seconds pass by, and people might die, or you might lose opportunity to kill people. This is what I call the in-between situation. This thing you just need to remove.
Okay.
You can't have the in-between situation. You either go in, or you don't go in. The in-between situation just does not apply.
Okay.
This thing, clicking, killing sentries, just go in. Go in or don't go in, right?
Okay. Okay.
Other than that, like a little bit of commitment, you just get double kills and triple kills, and just you're doing so far. They're not even close killing you. BKB is not bad. BKB is not bad. I'm gonna be like, it can be bad. I understand the idea, right? But you're just afraid too much. You're just being too cautious, right? Because this item, what does it do? This item kills you, right? If I understand correctly. Am I right?
Yeah.
And this item amplifies the heal that you receive. Do I correctly? It just amplifies how much you heal.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're just 3 items, especially the first 3 items, in being in the same idea is just overkilling. It's overcommitment. You need at least something a little bit more defensive, right?
Yep.
So this kind of says that you might need a BKB, or you just need a Ghost Scepter, and then you just get the Shivas, right?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So you died, you lost the fight. Can you find the game plan? Because this game is by far won. By far it's won. You have okay, they do have, let's say, a little bit better team fight, because it's still Puck Grimstroke, but Puck excels at heroes that they want to run. So it's really good versus Leshrac. Maybe but it's not that good versus Luna, if Luna can just attack ground and kill them all. It's good if you just control him and you have people to kill you. But if you're so freaking tanky, right? You try to get jungle items. Good. Alright, you buy BKB. I understand why you do that. I'm not saying it's wrong. Maybe it's just a little bit more food for thought.
Okay.
Next objective.
Roche again.
Roshan, right? Yeah, you can't really.
I think we should take a team fight before Roshan.
here's what I'm gonna think. Can they fight into the Roshan pit with the amount of net worth that you have? Probably not. If they're playing from ahead, let's say if they have 12k net worth themselves, it would be piece of cake. They would just run you down into the Roshan pit with the pack and the Ricky, but you're quite tanky, all of you, right? Leshrac, Luna, Husker, right? You're quite tanky. So even if they jump, like you can just out sustain them and run them down. All right. And so you need Roshan. What's the step before going Roshan? It's the same thing. Get the outpost, ward down.
Pushing out the lanes.
Perfect. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
You're going Bloodstone. This is like the definition of greedy. What does Bloodstone do for you? What's the definition of Bloodstone, if you think about it?
More mana and a bit of tankiness.
That's true. So in like simple English, because I don't know good English, what you do a little bit better with the potential of Snowball. Do I understand correctly? Is it like, if you think about it, does it sound correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So if what you do better, you win the game. Is your thought process right now? If what you do it a little bit better, a little bit stronger, are you going to win?
No, not really. Like I need some catch items. So
All right. So what you're saying is that you need a tool. You need a tool, an extra tool. For example, if you have Void Spirit, Yules is a tool, Hex is a tool, Axe is a tool, Orchid is a tool. For example, is Sard a tool on Void Spirit, for example? No, it's just what you do better, and just add a little bit more damage and the potential to escape. No, so you need a tool.
Okay.
So Bloodstone is not a tool, right? Just like Kai and Chance, it's not a tool. It's just a good stats resist item. That's all. It's like Kai and Chance is really good because it has such good stats. That's all. But you want a tool. Can you name a tool?
Hex.
Hex is a
Shivas,
tool.
kind of.
Shiva's a tool. Ghost Scepter is a tool. Forcep's a tool, even though Forceps is not a catch item. It's more like escape item in this game. These are tools, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna go back to discuss about that, because this is like your worst nightmare, right? This is literally your worst nightmare. What I mean by that, it kind of proves that, overcommitting on this idea will not help you. Maybe the Ghost Scepter would help you here more, right?
Okay.
In a weird way, the Ghost Scepter would have helped you more. And it's a little bit unfortunate that you got caught there, right? That happens. All right, that's a little bit unfortunate. And here's what is the definition of laning stage. Laning stage is, if you win laning stage, it allows you to feed later on without losing the game. That's the definition of a good laning stage. If they were to die right now instead of you, the game would be over, right? You just wipe them, you just go into mid lane. So this is why you need to have a good laning stage. It's not about, win lane, win game. No, it's about you need to win the lane, or at least perform equally or a little bit better, so you can screw things later on and you still have equal odds, right? So
Okay.
that's good. That's good. There's the DD. Please get the DD, Luna. All right. Keep stunning. Always use. Nice. Always use that. All right. Refresher shard. All right. Who did you give the refresher to? Luna? All right. By the way, a small piece of advice: if you have how's it called, the amplification from the jungle items on 37 minutes, the tier 4s, timeless relic, and you just start like split earth, refresher, split earth, it's perma-stun. Like just so you know, in the future you might you might as well know that. All right, whoa. No. Okay, go back. When you're so far, like in terms of far behind, so you get the ages, you don't deal with that. You will either do push that, and you will group up. You know, I'm gonna be a little bit mage from here. Have you ever been, you know, with a date on girls and they just go together in toilet? You know, like 2, 2, 3, 3, and they just stick always together. That's the same thing. I swear, it's literally the same thing. Just because they have so high mobility heroes, the Puck and the Ricky, that you just need to stick together. Literally, if someone is out of 800 range, let's say 708, they can just snipe him so fast, right? No matter how tanky he is, right? Because right now they do have the tools. Where is the Ricky? Ricky, this guy hits hard, man. Like this guy hits hard right now, right? So what I would do is like stick with your team. Stick with your team. All right. What? What happened here? Arrow? Alright. Hello, BKB?
Yeah, I messed that up.
Because I swear, with BKB cheese, you just kill them all right now. They have nothing more.
Yeah.
That was like, and I'm like, fuck. That was a little bit bad. Like I'm gonna be honest, that's a little bit bad because it doesn't require, you know, fast fingers here. You have all the time in the world. I would just, you know, press it like a maniac. But you know that could be game for you, and it kind of gives another opportunity for them to come back to the game, right? And that's probably the last chance that you know you have. Now the game is equal. 5k gold means nothing. Even 10k gold means nothing, right? Mhm. Game plan. Do you see that? Best item ever. Use it. Find anyone, not to force something, not to go high ground, rather than what? Regain the control of the map. Personally, I would be so freaking scared to do anything if they're all alive. All together. All together. Like going to the bathroom. All together, I swear. Find anyone at this point. Anyone. If you find a high priority kill, then maybe force a buyback. If you don't, just, you know, push a little bit that. Where's the freaking mouse? Push that a little bit and push that a little bit. Right? You take this area and you camp there forever. F for forever. All right? That's all. That's all. Right? You being there, holy fuck, I'm so scared, man. I'm counting seconds until they actually kill you. You are going to die. Like, this is like the hardest place to be. Honestly. Never be there. Always play on the top side. Always play on the off lane, right?
Okay.
Sure, there are exceptions, right? Like, don't take my word for that. Like, but there are exceptions, but you get my point.
Yeah.
All right, you see Ricky mid. That's good. I like that. You watch bot. You watch the map. That's beautiful. For all I know, you can keep going and keep going. Sell bottle. Sell bottle. Little bottle. Yeah. That's a little bit unfortunate, right? Because like that's a little bit of a downside for not having mana, for going all these items and you don't have mana, because you could have TP'd, but the lack of mana, right? So if you had an item that's giving you a little bit of regeneration, right? Oh my god, the CS server ulted. Let's go.
Yeah.
Keep spamming, keep spamming. Nice, 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 nice. Leshrac Sharp dislikes it. Insane for that. Literally insane. Alright. And that's pretty much it. So it like why do you feel like you lost the game? What do you think? The question is, was it predetermined to be lost because your teammates were griefing? Did you feel you played bad? Did you feel like they outplayed you with a better game decisioning? Like, why do you feel you lost that?
Right. So on hindsight, after this coaching session, like I definitely could have positioned myself better in like after I took down the the tier one towers. Like I should have been stealing farm from them by positioning myself in their jungle and like force them to the triangle and like have them farm in one small portion of the map. And then after that it was mainly just item build that should have been changed.
That's all. Yeah. You just take the top area of the map with the amount of gold that you have. You know, if you like, especially if you like go for these tanky items like you chose to, you know, you would like approach the game like a Necrophos. So what would the Necrophos do is they just usually go, they just don't move from a lane. So with these tanky items, let's go a little bit further here. I would just be here, you know, like Hasker is doing, choke them, force them to be here. You see how this tier 1 is alive, and let's go for all. Do you see that no one can farm that? I mean, it's Pac Ricky. They can do that. I mean, they can, but it's gonna be a little bit costly, right? And no punishment. Like you're farming these areas, and then this is like your competition. Look at that. Lane crush, lane crush, lane crush, lane crush, all the time, right? Again and again and again. And he doesn't overextend, right? Meanwhile, you just farm low quality, 80 gold there, 60 gold there, 70 gold there, 30 gold there. Add it up, like you can just farm so much more, right? So much more. And
Yeah.
on top of that, right? Since you don't go for the travel and you position poorly, in the end, you don't go for the tools that you need to either survive here, Ghost Scepter, and it it kind of it's good that you do that because it's how you learn, right? It's like a puzzle. After each fight, you have to figure out, if I had that, would it save me? And also, something that needs to be asked is, fuck brain, like, how often can this happen? So if you die to, I don't know, Lion ulti at level 6 and this happens once every 3 minutes, well, you're not gonna get hood for that. But if you die to a Blink Tiny, where he can just Ava toss you every 10 seconds, then this is a good indicator that you need something to deal with that. Make sense?
Yeah.
Perfect. So this would have been a
Hood is more like a sustain.
Hood is an item. For example, why do PLs get Hood versus Sand King? Or like, no, why do you... It's sustain versus constant amount of damage that generates every few seconds. But you don't get to see Hood versus Pac. Right? Because Pac has, 600 damage, so alright, it's 450. But you get to see Hood versus Leshrac. Right? But you don't get to see Hood versus Void Spirits. Not that it's bad, but it's like whatever, right? And in order to get the Hood here, you need something more. Grimstroke is a fine hero to get Hood against, but they don't really have that much magical damage, right? So for all now, I would just get a travel, if instead of a Hood, right? I would just get a travel. I would just get my wand, and then either you would go for the Yules or for the Sans, Kaya, BKB, Shivas / Hex, depends on what you want, right? This is what I would do.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? And now if you feel like you die, a Ghost Scepter or an Aeon Disc, worst case scenario, even though Aeon Disc is not that good versus Ricky, because you can just in and out all the time. What is Aeon Disc, for example, good against? Phantom Assassin, because she commits the blink. Therefore, if she, Aeon Disc procs, even though they usually get nullifier, if the Aeon Disc procs while she just blinks on top of you, she's literally stuck there. Aeon Disc is also good versus blink heroes, like Ursa, because he goes in, Aeon Disc, boom, he can go out. Right? He's actually stuck there. He has to deal with that right now, and I can reposition myself with my Aeon Disc saving my ass. Right?
Okay.
Any questions that you want to ask? Maybe I was a little bit intense. Apologies for that.
No. I think I understood and clarified all the things that I needed to clarify here.
All right, cool. Let me close the records here.